Yeah, hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss monetary policy. It is very simple, like monetary policy. Alright, monetary policy refer to the set of measures adopted by the central bank. These are the set of measures adopted by the RBI, monetary management, and to achieve the other macroeconomic goal. It is for the macroeconomic goal. Okay, so some macroeconomic goals are maximum feasible output. So, feasible output, okay, and high rate of growth. So rate of growth will be high, fuller employment of resources, price stability, greater equality in the distribution of income and wealth, healthy balance between balance of payment and balance of trade. So that's why we adopt the monetary policy adopted by the RBI. First is open market operation. What is the open market operation? It's refer to the purchase and sale of the security. So purchase and sale of securities. Okay, purchase and sale of securities by the RBI. So RBI increase money supply in the economy as a increase currency with the public. There is opposite effect as a money market like money market sale by the RBI also. Okay, so it's depend on. Now variation in the reserve requirement or cash reserve ratio, CRR. Second is the KCRR. All commercial banks have certain amount of cash reserve with the RBI. This reserve can be in a two types. First is the required reserve. And second is the excess reserve. One is the required reserve, second is the excess reserve. Bank keeps excess reserve voluntarily to meet their currency drains. So excess reserve for the currency drains, and normally required reserve they put towards the bank. So required reserve are cash balance which a bank is required statutory to hold with the RBI. The ratio of required reserve to the net demand and time liability of the NDTL, total NDTL. Net demand and time liability bank is called the CRR. Okay, the ratio, in which ratio they put some money in the ratio of NDTL, this is called the CRR. The RBI is empowered to fix CRR anywhere below 15%. This is empowered, like it should be below 15%. It is authority of RBI to vary the CRR, which makes CRR a tool of monetary control over the RBI. Second one is bank policy, bank rate policy. Bank rate policy is the rate at which RBI should be prepared to buy or rediscount eligible bills of exchange or other commercial paper. If there is a bank, like someone it wants to purchase some commercial paper or the bill of exchange, then RBI will exchange on the rate of bank rate. So in practice, it is the rate at which RBI lends to other commercial banks. According to its proponent, an increase in the bank rate by raising the cost of borrowed reserve discourage bank borrowings. If the bank rate will increase, the borrowing will decrease. Okay, so that's why. What will be the effect of inflation? Can you give me the answer? Inflation. Yeah, inflation will also decrease because now there will never more money in the market. That's why inflation will be decreased. According to its however, it has been found that bank rate is not very efficient instrument because it may not have any significant effect on interest rate differentiated between bank rate and the lending rate. Okay, but still it's important. Next it is SLR. What is next tool? SLR, statutory liquidity ratio. Apart from the cash reserve requirement, the bank also required statutory to maintain a prescribed minimum of their daily total demands and time liability. It's also NDTL daily, but its daily total demand and time liability bank should has to put aside from that. Okay, so that's why it's in the form of designated liquid asset. It should be in a liquid asset. Designated liquid asset. So these liquid assets consist of excess reserve and government and other security. and current account balance with the other banks. So three types of SLR there. One is the excess reserve. Okay. Second is government and other security in security also, and third is current account balance also with the other banks. So SLR can be used as an instrument of monetary control in two ways. One is by affecting the borrowing of the government from RBI, and the other is affecting the freedom of banks to sell government security or borrow against them for the RBI. Okay, so it is an instrument which put control our government also and our commercial banks also. So as a most of SLR requirement is not through government securities, the government in the past has been using SLR as a mean to mobilize low cost resources. This abuse of SLR led to distortion in the interest rate and credit supply in the pre-perform. Like government was using this SLR for the mobilize the low cost resources. That's why that was not that much. So this created the distortion in the interest rate and credit supply. So that's why Nariman committee in the 1991. Which committee? Nariman. Nariman committee in 1991 recommended the SLR should be 35 to 40%. Okay, so since 93 and 94 SLR is stable to 25%. Now next what government can do, RBI can do for the monetary policy, that is moral suasion. Moral suasion, it is a combination of persuasion and pressure which a central bank is always in a position to use bank in general and errant bank in particular. Okay, so it is a moral suasion, combination of persuasion and pressure which central bank always do for the bank in general and errant bank in particular. That is that, like it can be discussion, letters, speech. Last one is selective credit control. Selective credit control. Selective credit control is an instrument discussed till now were primarily related to quantitative aspect. It was a quantitative aspect of credit control, selective credit control. So the regulation of credit for specific purposes term is selective or qualitative, like it's a qualitative credit control. So specific and qualitative credit control is also there. Unlike other credit control instrument which is focused on volume and cost of credit, it operates the distribution of credit, how much credit was in the market, and how can we use the measure to greater channelizing the credit into the particular sector. So that is total. And it can be restrict the flow of credit to particular sector also. Now next is repo and reverse repo. So what is the selective credit control? That selective control is, it can be qualitative and quantitative, but basically it's a quantitative. It's a repo and reverse repo. Okay, it's a repo and reverse repo. So repo option and reverse repo are instrument which collectively called as liquidity adjustment facility. So repo rate is the rate at which RBI lend to the commercial bank, and reverse repo is the rate at which RBI borrow from the it is for the borrow, and that is for the land. Repo is for the land and reverse repo is for the borrow from the commercial bank. A hike in repo or reverse repo rate will what will do this? Inflation will decrease, money supply will decrease in the market. Okay, and vice versa also. So repo route is generally resorted to order to fine tune the liquidity position in the short run without resorting to major policy change like change in CRR and bank rate. Now next one is qualitative easing. Qualitative easing. Qualitative easing, apart from the above conventional monetary policy, there is a new method. It's a non-conventional method qualitative easing, which was used before by many economists. Central bank are responsible for keeping inflation in check. So that's why to keeping the check in inflation, like there was a financial crisis in 2008 and 9, they manage inflation by adjusting the interest rate. What they are adjusting now? Interest rates. Okay, this is the qualitative easing they are using. Like if interest rate with the bank is changing in the overnight also, there is a adjustment of inflation in overnight also. That is called the qualitative easing. So the central bank would reduce the overnight rates also. That would reduce bank funding cost or encourage them to make more loans, keeping the economy from falling into recession. So the credit and spending were getting out of hand and inflation was rising. Then central bank would raise the interest rate. If there will be an inflation in the market, what central bank will do? He will increase the interest rate. If there will be a decrease in the money supply, then what will they do? They will decrease the interest rate. Okay, so central bank therefore began experimenting with the other tools to encourage bank to pump money into the economy. One of them is quantitative easing also. To query the quantitative easing, central bank create money by the buying security and government bonds also from the banks, and with electronic cash that did not exist before. Now it is in electronic format also. So quantitative easing is what? It is lowering the interest rate or increasing the interest rate according to the market demand. That's the important thing. Okay, so studies suggest that it did raise economy activity a bit, and but some worry that flood of cash has encouraged reckless financial behavior and directed a firehouse of money to emerging economy. But it is still that was not possibly uh, exactly what it is saying. So these wall was the instrument of monetary policy what we discussed today. Hope you enjoyed this lecture.